Left-hander Eric Bedard will step in and lead it off against Jason Vargas. So the local product, Sizemore, the Indians only get one trip into Seattle this year. Mariners have 3 more games in Cleveland in about 3 weeks. But Sizemore having to say goodbye to a lot of friends. The Indians head down to Anaheim after this game, and the first pitch is in and over for a strike. Delphin Colon is the man calling balls and strikes. 73 degrees, they say. It seems a lot warmer than that. The next pitch is outside. I think the humidity is a little higher today.
It definitely feels warmer than 73. Nice day to be at the ballpark.
Great day. Vargas's pitch is fouled down the left field line and out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. As we mentioned, the Angels are the hottest thing in the business these days. They have won 8 ball games in a row. 9 of their last 10, and they've opened up a 4.5 game lead over Texas and a 7.5 game lead over the Mariners. But as they say, and it's true, there's a lot of baseball to be played. And that fastball down low and inside.
The Mariners just have to see if they can find a way to stay close enough so that when they actually play the Angels straight up, that those games mean something and they can get a chance to try to maybe close some ground or maybe get ahead of them.
And that's pulled deep down the right field line, and it's 1-0 Cleveland. Grady Sizemore, I should say, his first home run on the first pitch here this afternoon. And I say first home run because it's been a home run fest for the Cleveland Indians, as they have hit 7, now 8 in the first 3 games of this series, and it's 1-0 in favor of Cleveland, his 14th on the year.
And you can see that pitch was up and in to Sizemore, able to get to it. Kenji was set up away, so Vargas missed his spot, and Sizemore made him pay for it.
And Astrobal Cabrera pops it foul back and out of play. That's a strike. 0-2. Pretty nice crowd on hand this afternoon. I'd say 28 to 30,000 fans enjoying the sunshine. Not sure how much they enjoyed that home run. Well, yeah, I am. I'm sure.
I'm pretty sure that they enjoyed it at all.
And chased the pitch and changeup high. By the way,
except for maybe Sizemore's pass list.
That's right.
Yeah.
Except for Sizemore's pass list. We mentioned Hall of Fame Day today. Ricky Henderson going into the Hall of Fame, along with Jim Rice and then Joe Gordon. And a line drive sinking in a hurry, and Ichiro comes in, can't hold on to it. So Cabrera, a sinking line drive for a base hit. Like Ichiro had it for a second. And the Indians back up to their old business. But Ricky, of course, a former teammate of yours. You played both with him and against him. And Chen Su Chu, did you hear his speech?
I did, most of it.
It was fabulous.
He was terrific. He was terrific. Yeah, he did a great job today.
1-1 the count. The 0-1 pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 1-2 the guy. And maybe the most anticipated speech by a Hall of Famer in years, because they always thought he would speak in the third person. Ricky is making that. Not once did he say that.
Not once. That was terrific. It was funny because, as you see this, it's like a foul ball maybe down the left field line. Yeah, I was going to the stands. But I was sitting up here as he was getting started, and Curtis Wilson was telling me that he'd seen him in Oakland or San Francisco at an event. And he said he told me that before he got started. He said he was terrific, did a great job. And I was surprised. I said, really? And he was really good today.
Oh, I thought he was fabulous. I thought he was by far the best of the speeches given today. And the runner goes. The pitch high and inside. Go through the second base. Tag down. Runner out. Kenji Jojima guns down Cabrera. Joe to Cedeno. Caught stealing 2-6.
Manager Eric Wedge disagrees with it. He thinks that maybe Cabrera was able to get his hand under the tag.
We've got a peek at it through our Coors Light Freeze can. And the tag right there on his shoulder.
Like maybe the Mariners got away with one. His hand might have been on the corner of the base at that point. Kenji's done a nice job of throwing base runners out this year.
There's kind of a rule of thumb on a stolen base, a second base. Throw beats runner, runner out. I mean, and a swing and a miss by Chu. He's down on strikes.
I was excited to see Tony Kubek today.
Yeah, looks great.
Yes, he does. He looks great. As a kid, that's who I saw a lot of, and I thought it was great.
He was very good, talking about a lot of guys in the audience. He was the Ford Chief Rick Award winner this year. Fastball outside, ball 1-0. Jim Rice was very good too.
I did not see Jim's. When are you going to go back and hang out with your buddies again?
I kind of missed it today.
I bet. It's a special club.
Oh man, brought back a lot of pleasant memories today watching that. And the pitch foul backing out of play because I know what goes with everything before you get up on that podium.
How many days is it?
Well, it really starts on Thursday and it ends on Monday night.
Right.
I didn't get to stay there on Monday. I had to go down to Texas and join you guys next year for a ball game. But it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. Really, 5 days.
It's a big event.
Huge event. Biggest event of my life. And a line drive. It's a base hit into center field off the bat of Ryan Garco. That's already the third hit of Jason Vargas. Quite frankly, isn't fooling too many people here in the first. And Johnny Peralta will be the hitter. Peralta, 3 RBIs and a couple of base hits yesterday in that 10-3 romp. It was 10-0 going into the 9th inning. Hit hard, but fouled on the third baseline. I think you're going to like Michael Saunders. I know you had yesterday off, but he had a home run taken away from him in his final at bat by Jimenez yesterday afternoon.
I saw the highlight of that.
Yeah. And the pitch is high. Here he is in his final at bat in the 9th inning, and everybody thought he had it. Watch Jimenez take it away from him, jumping up high over the yellow line. And a change. 1-2.
That would have been a nice way to get your first hit.
Absolutely.
I watched him closely in batting practice today. The ball definitely jumps off his bat.
2-2. Instead of leading the Angels 2-0 in the third, it doesn't really mean anything. The way they've been playing. And that's a little looper. That's going to drop for a base hit in left center field. That's a 4th hit of Jason Vargas here in the first.
Take a look at this last pitch. Looks like he jams Peralta. He does with a good fastball. So back-to-back hitters, one off the end of the bat, and this one in off on the hands. And gives up a couple more hits on some pretty good pitches.
Now the power comes up. Travis Hafner. Hafner, a home run on Friday night, 1 of 4. Hafner hitting .290. Every club at some point in the season gets hot. You get the Washington Nationals, the Cleveland Indians, whoever. You just hope you don't run into them when they are in that streak. They may only have one a year, but every team will go into a 4 or 5 game winning streak.
No question about it. No question about it. You see clubs, and that's exactly what happens. You get in that groove. I know that sometimes you look at clubs that lose 4 or 5 in a row, and they're coming to your town. You worry about that too, because you figure eventually they have to win some games. But you never know. You know, I'm sure today in this game, Wakamatsu would have liked to get a lot of innings out of Vargas as he could, but he's already thrown 30 pitches in this inning.
And a high pop-up should get out of it, as Ichiro will come in and make the catch. But 1 run, the leadoff home run by Grady Sizemore. A lot of pitches, 31. It's 1-0 Cleveland. M's coming up.
Sweeney, Gutierrez, Jojima, Hanahan, Saunders, and Cedeno. Take a look at the numbers for Cliff Lee. Again, just a 6-9 record, but look at his ERA, 3.17. He's done a nice job. 145 innings pitched already. And the defense behind him, Francisco, Sizemore, and Chu in the outfield. Across the infield is Peralta, Cabrera, Carroll, and Garco.
And Ichiro takes a pitch inside, ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Last outing, a complete game against Toronto. Prior to that, of course, against the Mariners. He's had 3 complete games this year. Just for the first 3, however, 3-0.
In a perfect world, knowing that you're going against Lee and he can be awfully tough, if you can make him work, get his pitch count up, try to get him out of the game that way. If you can't, beat him around the ballpark.
3-1. Cliff Lee from Benton, Arkansas. And a hard ground ball. Great stop by Garco. The race to the bag. Garco goes into the slide to get the out. Good play by Ryan Garco.
Oh, a 3-1 pitch. Ichiro hits it right on the button, but a great play by Garco. I think he makes the right decision, too. I don't think Lee would have been able to beat Ichiro to the bag.
And Russell Brandon will be the hitter. So 2 sliding bodies going after each other there. Ichiro and Garco. Garco just got it. And a fly ball to left field. And out there to make the catch is Ben Francisco.
Batting third, second baseman, number 4, Jose
Quickly 2 away, and Jose Lopez will be the hitter. Mariner still 5 games over 500. Indians 18 games under. You look for a lot of activity this week, you think?
No.
You don't?
I think everybody has all this anticipation of a lot of things happening, and it usually is not the case. There'll be some trades, some of them probably not of the blockbuster type or the big names.
Yeah, that's a base hit. You don't think Halliday's going to be traded?
Oh, I think the club, who was it? Philadelphia. Seemed like Toronto wanted an awful lot, and I'm not sure that Philly's willing to give up that much for him. The good news for getting Halliday is they have him for another year. Yeah. It sounds to me like the asking price is pretty high. So
there are rumors the Angels are after him too.
I don't want him in our division, do you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Here's Mike Sweeney, the designated hitter. We are scheduled to see Halliday on Wednesday. Down low. And Ricciardi, the general manager, said if he's not traded by Tuesday, he's not going to be traded.
That's what he said.
I think so.
Until Tuesday comes around.
Until Wednesday comes around.
There you go.
You know what, Michael? Remember the last time these two teams played? The Mariners had a hit every inning, but only one every inning. All 9 innings in Cleveland. And here they go. They've got another hit. So they've had hits in 10 straight innings off of it. And that ball is belted to left field. And that baby's going to be foul. No, it's off the wall out there. It's off the wall. And I thought for a moment it might go, but Sweeney is kept in the yard, which means the Mariners are not going to get a couple of runs, and they only move Jose Lopez to left field.
We'll take a look at the swing by Sweeney. Maybe you want to see a couple of hits in the inning. Well, this is one of them. Sweeney certainly looked like he maybe had a chance to hit it out. Take a look at it as it goes down the left field line. Ends up hitting right off the wall, though. Actually hits right off the Cleveland Indian emblem out there.
Yeah, so runners at second and third, and the Mariners need a clutch to out-hit from Franklin Gutierrez. He got the right man up there, I would think. Gutierrez has hit in 19 of his last 22 at a 398 clip. 1-0. It's being home run by a couple of feet. Here's a change over the outside corner. And a curveball. What a beauty that was.
Backdoor breaking ball at the top of the strike zone on the outside corner.
And a ground ball toward the hole into left field for a base hit. So Lopez is going to score. Here comes Sweeney. He's going to score. And the Mariners do get the clutch 2-out base hit from Gutierrez to get them the lead 2-1. That just eluded Johnny Peralta, the third baseman.
Well, Dave, you mentioned it. Gutierrez has been hot when you're hot. the ground balls find a way to get through the infield, which that one does. Drives in a couple of runs with 2 outs. Sweeney with a nice jump from second base, scores easily.
The Mariners had been shut out 20 innings in a row until the 9th inning yesterday when they scored the 3. And now they come right back with 2 here in the first to take the lead. Strike is called to Kenji Jojima. And a tapper right to second. So Jamie Carroll will throw him out, but the Mariners will grab the 2, and they will grab the lead here in the first. A couple of runs on 3 base hits. When we come back, Francisco. Afternoon, and the Rally Fry people are here, and a lot of them today, Mike.
Well, it's working so far. Get the signs out. Mariners score a couple of runs in the first. All the way from Germany.
That's where you were born.
That's right.
Ben Francisco takes a strike. Ben Francisco was not very happy after Astrobal Cabrera hit a home run off Chris Jakubauskas. Jakubauskas nailed him with the first pitch. And for the first time this year, we've had bullpens emptying and bad words. But breaking ball is down low. 1 ball, I'm making 2 balls and 1 strike. But although the ejection, there was no ejection. And the breaking ball down low and inside is Jakubauskas, according to Mark Komatsu, he said he was not throwing at him at all. And the pop up into right field. He's ready to get over. Here's what happened yesterday. That's immediately after the home run. He starts pointing at him. He's walking down the first baseline. A good job by the home plate umpire Dale Scott, and also Rob Johnson as they escort him down toward first base. Here comes the bullpens, but didn't last that long. And that's what I think precipitated it. But what do I know? There's Jakubauskas with his shiny sunglasses there, and a ground ball to shortstop, and Jamie Carroll is going to be thrown out by Ronnie Cedeno. Ichiro Jr., the Mariners welcome Derek Jeter and the Yankees to Safeco Field for a big 4-game series. That begins Thursday, August the 13th, and good seats are still available for the invasion of the Bronx Bombers, but they are going fast. Purchase your tickets for the Mariners-Yankees series at mariners.com. Kelly Shopping, the catcher, is the hitter. A strike on him. Nice change.
It would be nice to see Vargas have a quick inning. Threw a lot of pitches in the first. Have to put together a couple innings. He keeps his pitch count down.
And he hit him. Well, didn't want to do that on a 0-2 pitch.
No, I think he was coming inside to try to maybe set up his changeup for the next pitch. He wanted to throw that pitch in off the plate, but not that far.
Sizemore led off the ball game with a home run. He's 14. Nice breaking ball for a strike. And a high towering pop-up hit into shallow left field. A youngster out there battling the light, Mr. Michael Saunders, but he stays with it, the son I should say, and he makes the catch here in the second.
To you by the Emerald Queen Casino, bringing you Funny Man Cedric the Entertainer August 15th. For tickets, go to emeraldqueen.com.
Nothing like a cool, gentle afternoon like this one. There's no doubt about it as we get set to move into the bottom half of the second inning with the Mariners leading it by a score of 2-1. She's pregnant. Bring rally fries now.
And a pickle.
And a pickle.
Congratulations to her.
Absolutely. Here's Hanahan now to lead it off. And Jack takes the strike.
Young man wants me to throw the rally fries at him.
What kind of a teammate was Ricky Henderson?
Great. I really enjoy Yap. I played with him in '98 in Oakland. Really nice guy. Had a lot of fun. It was great.
Played here very briefly in 2000. With 9 different clubs.
A lot of people, I think think that he stole a lot of bases just from his athleticism, his speed, which obviously that played a big part of it. But he really studied pitchers. He knew pitchers and their moves and times, all those different things.
Slowly hit to first, and a dive for the runner. The runner is out. Again, Garco makes a fine play at first base as he tags Hanahan.
Actually, he makes a great play right here. Hanahan dives wide of the base, and Garco, instead of going for the runner, dives and touches the base. And Hanahan can't quite get there.
No.
Smart play by Garco.
Absolutely.
A lot of first basemen will go for the runner. Nice play.
Too wide of a slide for Hanahan. And here's Michael Saunders. Kid from Victoria, BC. Had himself a fine year going at Tacoma, where he's hitting .310 with 13 home runs, 32 RBIs, 6'4", 212 pounds, and just 22 years of age. He's going to get a lot of opportunity to play a lot the rest of the year.
I think if you call up one of your younger players, consider him a prospect. If you bring him to the big leagues, put him in the lineup.
And just foul. Right in on the handle of the bat. So his first two games against left-handers, Showers, now today, one of the best. Curveball. Dropped by the catcher. Shopping move. Make an easy throw down to first base. First strikeout. And Cedeno will be the hitter. Check of our calendar. Our Sleep Country calendar brought to you by Sleep Country USA. You can see the Mariners as we get deeper into the month of July. Have the Toronto Blue Jays coming in and then hit the road to end the month down in Texas. High pop up to left field. A lot of air under that. And in the foul territory, the shortstop Cabrera will get over there and make the easy play. And here in the second, an easy second inning for Cliff Lee. We move to the third inning of play. It'll Portland. Led the Oregon Ducks to league titles in my 2 seasons. That's baseball titles. Won an American League MVP award and later managed 4 different teams, 4 different major league teams.
I don't either. I don't know.
And a swing and a miss. So the count and a ball and a strike on Asdrubal Cabrera. Over the mound. Lopez has to hurry his throw. Gets Cabrera. Good day to lemonade, huh? Got a big one, too.
Flying from the top of the world at them.
Cotton candy. All goes with baseball. And another routine ground ball. Lopez has his second chance here in the inning. Next U.S. Bank Mariners matinee is set for Wednesday afternoon. The Mariners closing out the series with the Toronto Blue Jays before they hit the road. You can make plans to take in some summer baseball at Safeco Field and reserve your tickets at mariners.com. That will be a 1:40 start on Wednesday afternoon. Garco, Ryan, the base hit in the first inning, taking a strike. Still 2 strikes. Minnesota 6. And the Angels nothing in the 4th. Texas leading the hapless Kansas City Royals 5-1 in the 8th. That's off the end of the bat. And a dunker, but the speed to get it. Franklin Gutierrez. And the 3rd inning. His history quickly. Nice job by Jason Vargas here. We go to the bottom half of the 3rd. It's 2. On the 3rd, nice day to be canoeing, too. Greater day to be at the ballpark. And there's our trivia question. Who am I? Graduated from Jefferson High, Portland, led the Ducks to the league titles. managed 2 different Major League ball clubs. The delivery is a strike on the inside corner. And the answer is he was inducted into the Hall of Fame today. Joe Gordon. Joe Gordon played with the Yankees in Cleveland. And the delivery's down low and inside. He managed Cleveland, Detroit, and the Kansas City A's and the Kansas City Royals, and involved in one of the strangest deals in the Major League history. As Ichiro breaks his bat and sends it fair to the first baseman, and this time at least he didn't have to dive to the bag, Garco. He runs it to the bag and gets Ichiro for the second time, 3 unassisted. Back in 1960, the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers changed management. Joe Gordon went from Cleveland to Detroit manager Jimmy Dykes.
I've never even heard of such a thing.
It's true. Russell Branyan, the hitter now.
Well, Lou was traded for a player, right? Randy Wynn, wasn't that the deal?
Who?
Lou.
Yeah, sure. In a way.
In a way.
In a way. Strike on the inside corner. Ernie Harwell went to Baltimore as an announcer for a player, too.
Really?
Yeah. Signed to the Atlanta Crackers. Ernie was working in Atlanta. Fourth Fred Award winner. And a towering fly ball. Doesn't hit any low trajectory. Yeah, he's struggling. He makes a catch. So 2 down. There you go. All right.
2 great reasons for rally cries. Walla Walla here. It's good to see them. My mom's birthday. I agree. That is a great reason. 6 kids, 3,000 miles. I think all parents can relate to that.
I think so. Here's Lopez now. Had a base hit. And hits a fly ball into right center field. Going to be a very easy inning for Cliff Lee. No problem whatsoever. Only 8 pitches. So here in the third, 3 up and 3 down.
Well, the Mariners with the 2-1 lead. Dave Sims joining you with Mike Flowers. Happy Kids Day. Happy Kids Day here. This is a great day for the young people who will be all around the ballpark today. And right now, the Mariners have the upper hand for the moment on Cliff Lee.
Well, they do. And then I think you look at both pitchers, see a ground ball here to shortstop. So Daniel, not much of a problem with that. But Both starters struggling through the first inning. Vargas had to throw a lot of pitches. Of course, the Mariners were able to score a couple runs off the lead, but now the last couple innings, both of them just cruised through, pitching well. Kind of get the feeling that maybe that might be the case here for the next few innings.
One down here in the fourth. Travis Hafner will be the hitter against Jason Vargas. Vargas has good numbers here at the ballpark at Safeco. 2-0 with a 1.41 ERA. After first time up, grounded out, make that fly out to roll. Shoulder, that right shoulder's been bothering him for a long time. Had it operated on last year. He was a guest on a radio pregame show. Still can't go every day, but tell you what, 2 nights ago we saw him muscle one out of here and pitched it a little bit out of the zone. And wow, that looks good. Send a couple up. Lime good for you?
I'm fine with it. Ice is great for me today.
I find this to be a very comfortable temperature here today. 73. I'm told that the temperature is supposed to continue to go up the scale, but that's all good. It is July, and it is baseball season. 3-1 to Hafner. Said growing up he had a satellite dish, favorite teams. Atlanta Braves, later became an Indian fan before he became a member of the tribe. Some of the many delights. Oh, that's cranked. Deep right field. Ichiro on the track. It stays in the ballpark. It jumped off his bat, but it stays in on the 3-1 pitch. Quick 2 outs. Vargas sigh of relief.
I'll take a look at it. Looked like he hit it pretty good. Takes off. Catch it right on the warning track. No problem for Ichiro.
6 in a row retired by Vargas. Gave up a run on 4 hits in the first inning. Leadoff home run to Grady Sizemore. Shoots one to right field. That is a fair ball into the corner. Ben Francisco. Ichiro gets it out. And Francisco with a 2-base hit. Coming with 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Let's take a look at our Quest high speed pitch. Vargas at 90 and Cliff Lee topping at 92.
Keep that hat on.
The hitter's going to be Jamie Carroll. Double for Francisco, his 20th. Carroll with a ground out to the shortstop Ronnie Cedeno in his first at bat. You better cover it up a little bit. Great weekend for outdoor activities here in Seattle. Parade last night, baseball and soccer yesterday afternoon. 0-2 now to Carroll.
Good pitch by Vargas. See a pitch just in off the plate. Carroll didn't like it. You can see why from the tracer, but it's a good pitch for him. If he can throw his fastball located in that area, maybe steal a strike, but if nothing else, really sets things up nicely for his changeup. Backdoor breaking ball if he'd like.
Only 2 strikes with 2 outs here in the 4th inning.
Berry pies.
Kaiser, Oregon, checking in. Let's say I'll take 2 for now and 2 for the 9th. It is summertime. You start seeing the lemonade, bringing back some great memories. Ball at 2 strikes to Jamie Carroll. Yanked into left field, gone over Saunders, can't get it. Coming around the score, Ben Francisco. Tie ball game at 2-2. Jamie Carroll picks up his 14th RBI.
And Carroll very aggressive coming around first. Saunders fires the ball into second base. He has to hustle back to first. The relay from Lopez.
2-2 ball game, 2 outs in the fourth. Kelly Shopik. Kelly was hit by a pitch his first time up. They're just trying to get a game in this series. Cleveland's done a number on them, 9-0 and 10-3. Yesterday, the Angels were down 2-0 at home to Minnesota, and then they sent 13 men to the plate. That 9-2 lead, they held on to win that game. Ball at 2 strikes. The Angels beating Minnesota 11-5 yesterday. Swing and a miss, and down goes Shopik. Vargas holds the Tribe to 1 run in the fourth. Punches his glove, little emphasis. Not real pleased with that. He's got a 2-2 score. Outdoor activities, the kids at the beach with Dad, and this guy getting his kids, he wants them to learn a trade early, huh? With the canoe business, they're figuring it out what Dad wants, when he wants it. Glad you can join us, everybody. Mariner Baseball. It is Kids, Salute to Kids Day here at the ballpark. Cleveland and the Mariners tied up at 2-2. Good pitching matchup. Cliff Lee and Jason Vargas. Mike Sweeney's going to lead it off. And joining us here, part of Kids Salute the Kids weekend, is Jammin Perry from Shelton, Washington. Good to see you. How you doing?
Good.
Big Mariners fan?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player?
Ichiro.
All right, good deal. You play right field?
No, but I used to play third on my baseball team last year. And pitcher.
All right. How'd you guys do this year?
Pretty good. We got in first, and we were in first, and then we had a tournament. We lost in the first game, so
Hey, go back and get it
hard.
next time.
Yeah.
But you had a good year. Did you swing the bat well?
Yeah.
Like that? Sweeney, line drive right to the third baseman, Peralta, right on the line, 1 out.
Well, Sweeney swinging the bat well today. Already has a double. Tried to get another one. Get this one by Peralta. Hits a bullet right at him. And you're a third. Think you'll be able to handle that one right there?
Yeah.
Catch that, no problem?
Maybe.
You get out to Safeco a bunch? You get out here a lot?
Not many. We only, me and my brother and my dad and my mom, we only come here like 2 times a year.
All right.
Don't come here that much.
You watch on TV and everything?
We don't have a TV, but my dad has a good radio.
There you go. Maybe we'll get you some rally fries on the way out.
Yeah.
Here's Franklin Gutierrez. 2-run single in the first inning gave the Mariners a lead. Right after Grady Sizemore led off the game with a home run. Mariners answered with 2 in the bottom of the first, and then in the fourth, an RBI by the 8-hole hitting second baseman Jamie Carroll tied it at 2-2. Fly ball right field. Shin-Soo Choo is right there, 2 outs. What's your favorite subject in school?
Reading, science, I don't know, anything that involves reading.
All right, good deal. What do you want to be when you grow up?
Pretty hard. At first,
Nice to have choices, huh?
Yeah. At first, I wanted to be a doctor, but then, I don't know.
How about a right fielder for the Mariners?
Maybe. That would be a pretty good thing, too.
That would be a pretty good thing.
What do you hit, right hand or left hand?
I'm a right-hander.
Right-handed hitter. All right.
Yeah.
Get the scouting report. We'll send it over to Jack Z. Kenji Jojima, the hitter, 2 outs here in the fourth. Kenji grounded out the second. Threw out a base stealer. Threw out Cabrera in the first inning. And Kenji having a good year throwing out base runners, 16 out of 31. Doing a real nice job. Got to turn to your right. You gotta let your mom take a picture. There you go. Picture for your mom and the family and everybody. Good deal. 2-2 ball game. 2 outs here in the fourth. Swing and a miss. Jam and Perry. Got brothers and sisters?
I only got one brother.
Yeah, how old is he?
He's 7.
You guys get along?
Most of the time.
Most of the time. That's good. That's good.
Outside of being here today, have you done anything else that's fun this summer? Gone camping or anything like that?
No, but we are going to Summer River in a couple of weeks.
That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that?
Yeah.
Kenji gets into one, but right at the left fielder, Ben Francisco. So 1, 2, 3. Jim and Perry, good to see you, pal. All the best to you. Have a great summer.
Yeah.
Have fun today, okay? We'll see you, bud.
Nice to see you.
Salute. Burrito by Wilcox Farms, celebrating Wilcox Farms' 100th anniversary. Remember, buy local, buy fresh, buy Wilcox Farms eggs. And by Metropolitan Appliance, the only appliance store you'll ever need, now open on Sundays. That looks yummy. I think that's what the Blowers clan will be ready to jump into at the end of this ball game, right?
We're going to fire up the grill today, no question.
Get her done. Score's tied at 2. Finale of the series with the Tribe. Mariners will see Cleveland one more time. A weekend in August 21st, 22nd, 23rd. Grady Sizemore, 1 for 2, leadoff home run on a 3-2 pitch, and then flied out to left field. Vargas pitching him carefully here, 3-0. Sizemore's 20th leadoff home run, 2nd of the season. Back in the first inning. Struble Cabrera, switch hitting shortstops on deck. Sizemore's aboard. First walk issued by Vargas. So what do you think of this rotation now? Felix, Washburn, Ryan Rowland-Smith, and Vargas. Now that you got Bedard on the DL.
I mean, the pitching has been terrific this year. Obviously, a healthy Bedard going out there and giving you what he's capable of doing is better, but that's not the case. But the guys that have filled in this year have done a nice job for the most part. And I think, you know, it's the strength of this club, and part of the strength of this club, or the reason why it's a strength, is because of depth. So, yeah, I'm fine. When you have the top 2 guys in Felix and Wash to get you started, you're pretty good shape. The rest of the guys keep you in some ball games. It's nice to see Ryan Rowland-Smith back as you take a look at pitching matchup for tomorrow.
Being brought to you by Comcast, with the Toronto Blue Jays coming in for their one and only trip.
I guess my concern is this ball gets away from Kenji. But I guess my only concern would be for the bullpen. It's a wild pitch. Just because somebody has to eat up some innings for him, and with Bedard going 3 innings yesterday, and my first thing is looking at Vargas today throwing 31 pitches in the first inning. Those guys out there in the pen have done a nice job all year. You have to worry a little bit about guys being overworked. So they're going to need some people to go deep in some games, and Vargas is capable of doing that. We've seen it.
Giving up 2 runs on 6 hits here. Good bunt laid down. Takes a look at third. Does he have him? No, sir. Everybody's safe. So nobody out, runners at the corners.
I think he had a chance, but there's a little bit of a hesitation. Sizemore, with his speed, is able to get into third base without a problem. Hanahan did a nice job. You have to read that, and he was able to get back to the bag in time.
So sacrifice to Cabrera. Get Sizemore to third. Nobody out. Shin-Soo Choo looks at a strike. He's 0 for 2 today. Eric Wedge, manager of the Tribe, 40 at 58 entering tonight, or this afternoon's game. Moved a game ahead of Kansas City. American League Central, they're in 4th place. That's a race there with Detroit. Done a number on Chicago the last couple of days. .31 pitches first inning, and calm that number down since then. 2-1. Slapped in the left field, base hit, an RBI for Choo. Cleveland takes a 3-2 lead. For Choo, his 57th run batted in, the team leader. Good hitter.
And he gets a pitch out over the plate, just slaps it into left field. Nice job of staying on that ball. Pitch actually off the plate away. Good piece of hitting.
Tribe back in front. They had a 1-0 lead. Now lead 3-2. And Sean Kelly to scramble down there in the bullpen. Vargas has thrown 80 pitches. And once again, I mean, every day you see it. Walk comes around to score. And it gets Vargas here in the 5th. First and second now with Cabrera at second, Chu at first. And the hitter's Ryan Garca, who's been on fire during this series. Ryan's already 1 for 2 today. He's 5 for 11 on the series. Two would do Vargas good right here.
Vargas was able to take care of Garco back in the 3rd inning after he had a base hit in the 1st. He threw him a lot of changeups, a lot of pitches down. Garco was out in front of it, hit a lazy fly ball out to center field that Gutierrez was able to handle without a problem. He starts him off with a changeup here.
Another one there, 0-2. Ryan Garco's played some first, played thirds, played some outfield for the Tribe. Young man out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, up high. All in 2 strikes. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. We were talking about getting deep into a game. Vargas endangering that status right now.
Well, that was the concern after the 1st, and having to work hard again.
Hit him on the wrist. Delphin Colon. Thought I heard something, and Colon, Don Wakamatsu going to come out. There was no reaction by Garco at all.
I didn't see anything either. He didn't look like he was even thinking about going to first base until home plate umpire Delphin Colon sent him on his way.
I heard something, but I didn't. Again, I'm like you watching Garco. He didn't move. Didn't see, didn't. Love to hear that explanation.
Take another look at it. Pitch up. If you hit anything, it was like the elbow pad maybe on his.
Probably why he didn't see the flinch. It did get the elbow pad. He didn't really feel it. I heard it. Walks out there making a move. Vargas is gone. Pitching change. Sean Kelly coming on. Back with more from Safeco right after this. Fabulous day for the kids and the family to enjoy a day at the ballpark. And salute the kids weekend. Glad to see so many kids out here having a ball, young and old. And look at a Mariner ball club that's facing a dicey situation right now. In a 3-2 Cleveland lead, the bases loaded for the Tribe. Vargas's line reads as such: 86 pitches, 50 for strikes. He hit a couple of batters, gave up a home run.
You can see just the one walk, but he was going to do a lot of deep counts with the Indians.
Breaking ball from Sean Kelly to Johnny Peralta, strike one. Bases loaded and nobody out. Numbers on Mr. Kelly. Good to have him back after missing substantial time with an oblique injury. Peralta 1 for 2 today. Johnny 6 out of 12 on the series. Deep drive left field, going back. Saunders taking a look, and that's a grand slam. Johnny Peralta has just broke this game wide open. Brother, 7-2 Tribe. For Peralta, his 7th home run, and that runs his RBI total of 47. He got it on a 1-1 pitch. That's his 2nd career grand slam.
We'll take a look at the location of the pitch. Kenji set up away. Little backup slider that stayed right in the middle of the plate, and he hit it to the back of the bullpen. Look at the tracer, center cut right in the middle of that box right there. He watches it fly over the camera.
So the Cleveland Indians lead it 7-2. 26 runs they've scored in these 3 games, and we're still in the 5th inning. Down low to Hafner, 1-1. Travis has flied out twice to right field. Down low. Johnny Peralta, big blow here in the 5th inning. Fifth home run given up by Sean Kelly. This is, wow, a bullet right up through the box. Base hit. That was smoke. This will be the 7th hitter coming to bat here in the 5th inning, and still nobody out. Tomorrow, gather your friends and family. Head out to BECU Half Price Family Night. Mariners open a 3-game set with the Blue Jays. Tickets as low as $10. Bring your whole gang out for a great night of Mariners baseball at Safeco Field. Purchase your tickets at Mariners.com. Ben Francisco doubled into the right field corner his last time up. He's 1 for 2. Oh, and 2 now to Francisco. Ben homered in the 7th inning on Friday's game. Boy, a high chopper. They'll be lucky to get anything. Everybody's safe. Base hit. That was a Baltimore chopper.
Yeah, you take a look at it. Hand-to-hand coming across. You'd probably like to see Cedeno take this. But even if he does, I don't think he's going to be able to throw him out. But Cedeno definitely had his momentum going towards first, staying behind that. Almost like an infield fly. Not much the guys could do about it.
Kelly's still in plenty of hot water. Tribe now 7 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They have runners at first and second, nobody out. Jamie Carroll's the hitter. He delivered an RBI single to left back in the 4th. Mariner offense, which has really been quieted by this Cleveland pitching staff, it's just gotten tougher with Cliff Lee on the mound giving up 2 runs on 3 hits. Back with the strike is Kelly. 1-2 to Carroll. Mariners are really going to have their work cut out for him because Cliff Lee's 4-1 here in this building in 6 previous starts. Two and two.
Strange the way it works sometimes, isn't it? They go to Cleveland, win 3 out of 4, come home, lose the first couple, and now they're behind in this game with Cleveland's best pitcher on the mound.
9-0 and 10-3 the Tribe in the first 2 games. Foul out of play. They got Chu with an RBI in this inning and a grand slam by Peralta. 5 runs here in the 5th. And still nobody out. Full count. Kelly Shopik, the catcher's on deck. Three-two. Bouncing ball Lopez. Cedeno for 1. Back to Brendan. They get 2. Taking third is Hafner, but they get 2 quick outs. Needed them.
Nice play by Lopez. I'm going to go to his left and get rid of it quickly. She doesn't look too happy right now about the score either. Like the glasses, though.
Make those accessories match. Mom did a nice job. Here's Shopik. Strike 1 to Kelly. He's the 9th hitter. They're in the 5th inning for Cleveland. Outside corner for a call. Strike 2. Inning got off to a bad start with a walk, and it's all downhill since then. Ball and 2 strikes. Five in the 5th. Up high. Cleveland started the day just ahead of the Mariners in the American League batting listings, 259 to 258. The Mariners #1 ERA in the American League, and Cleveland dead last in the ERA. Cleveland, though, on the season, #4 scoring team in the American League. Kelly's run a 3-2 to Kelly Shopik. Lost it. Tribe is batted around. Some of their ancestral finest. Big Mariner fans, good to have them here. A rough go for Kelly. Grand slam, base hit, infield hit, double play, walk. Grady Sizemore with 2 on. Ripped into right field. An RBI single for Sizemore. 8-2 Cleveland. Hafner scores. Grady Sizemore now with 2 runs batted in this afternoon.
Take a look at it. Sizemore gets a good pitch to hit, lines it into right field. Boy, oh boy. They open up, don't they?
Mm-hmm. Asdrubal Cabrera. Runs scored, 1 for 3.
The Indians so far 4 for 6 with men in scoring position. course, the big hit was the grand slam by Peralta.
Starting to look like they're 95 and 97 ball clubs this series. Goodness gracious. They have outscored the Mariners 27-5.
We have not seen that all year from, from the Mariner pitching staff. They've been terrific. And is really struggling in this series as Rick Adair, the pitching coach, will go out, talk to Kelly. It's not unusual, really, over the course of the summer for the guys to get beat around over the course of a series, but we just haven't seen it from the Mariners. I mean, they've had their games here and there, but for the most part, they bounce right back. But the Indians are putting it to them here in this 3-game series. We have up here a little misting machine. Oh, yeah, cooling things off a little bit.
Getting Cleveland RBIs today. Oh, why not? That's not bad. Sizemore's driven in 2 runs. Geraldo with the grand slams get 4. Chu with an RBI. Carroll is driven in 1. 2-1 to the switch hitting Cabrera. Cabrera's the 10th man. Make that 11th man to come to bat. You're in the 5th inning. Two and 2. 2 out, 2 on. Strike 3. Strike 3 call. Inning finally over. As Delphin Colon punches out Cabrera. That'll do it, but plenty of damage done as the Tribe puts 6 on the board in the 5th inning to take an 8-2 lead. Wanted Rally Fry's magic to work on the ball club. This is the day.
Well, Lindsay's going to go down and take care of some of the kids at the ballpark. They have their Mariner jerseys on. Couldn't quite take care of the whole section, but I think we brought enough for them anyways.
Things have not been Molly and Catherine right there. They're having a ball. And I see them having come over from Redmond. Jack Hanahan to lead it off. Mariners got to get something going here. Cliff Lee's retired 10 consecutive hitters. Oh, and 2 to Hanahan. Book is closed on Vargas after that grand slam. His final run total gave up 6. They were all earned. breaking ball. Center field to Sizemore. Brady had to play just right. Here's Michael Saunders. 11 straight retired by Cliff Lee. He's got the formula. Works quickly, pounds strikes, throws big percentage of first pitch strikes.
And this is looking similar to the game that he threw in Cleveland against the Mariners. Mariners were able to get some hits off of him, but couldn't put anything together. And after he was able to get through the first after the base hit by Gutierrez that drove in a couple of runs, he's right back in that same groove that he was in Cleveland. Makes it tougher. You know, you get a pitcher of the quality of Lee, spot him some runs, makes the job really tough.
Fly ball, going foul. Toronto Blue Jays coming to town. They'll be here tonight. Mariners will face off against them for the first time this season, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What chances do you think we'll see Roy Halladay in a uniform here with the Blue Jays?
I was saying earlier, it seems like the price is pretty high for him.
Strike 3 called. Saunders gone. 12 in a row retired by Cliff Lee. And for Cliff, his second strikeout. I'll get back to that in a second. Create your own Mariners collectibles using your favorite photos at Photostore at Mariners.com. In 3 easy steps, you can make your very own Mariners memory. Visit Mariners.com today. I'll talk to some of the scouts around ballpark today, and I think that's going to get done. I think they might. Phillies' consensus is Phillies can really use, obviously, Halladay, and they do have some chips. And J.P. Ricciardi, of course, is asking for the moon. They'll probably, meet somewhere in the middle. Phillies that'd be some starting rotation with Halladay in there. Not that they're suffering now.
Look, it would be huge to get him. For anybody to have Roy Halladay, that's a huge plus for you, a big boost to your staff. But it's just a matter of how many of those chips do they want to push across the table to get that done.
Halladay has probably got, everything goes well, he's got probably 5 to 8 more prime years left.
He has one more year after this year too, so it's not one of those get him for a couple of months type of deal, and that's why the price is so high, along with him being one of the better starters you can find.
That he was just outstanding his last couple of starts, just like Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee has gone complete games his last 2 outings. Halladay has been equally as strong his last 3. See where that ends up. Boy, this outing today for Vargas took his ERA from 3.82 to 4.39. Cedeno is gone. 13 in a row retired by the reigning American League Cy Young Award winner. It's an 8-2 Tribe lead. ERA. Opponents hitting under 200. 72 strikeouts against 3 walks. One of those is intentional. Get him up here. What's going on here? Oh, those are some.
That's a pretty good ratio. 72 strikeouts, 3 walks.
You can't do that in wiffle ball, for crying out loud. That's unbelievable. Good for him.
I could never do that in wiffle ball. I always pitched off the plate. I try to get you to chase the slider all the time.
And they make that bad boy drop, right?
Great.
Stoink. Here's Shin Soo Choo, followed by Ryan Garco, Johnny Peralta, 3-4-5 for Cleveland. Tribe with a run in the first, 1 in the fourth, 6 in the fifth. Miguel Batista is the new pitcher for the Mariners, their third today. Outside for Chu. Sean Kelly did not have a good outing. 1 inning, 2 runs, both earned, 4 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. To the gap. Chu's going to run for a bit. Good looking hitter, this Shin Soo Choo. He'll hold up with a 2-base hit. So last at bat in the 5th, he singled, drove in a run, and now he doubles to the right center field gap.
And take a look at the swing. Stays behind it nicely. Pitch right in the middle of the plate. That ball hard too on the line. Was able to split the gaps. Typically, Ichiro and Gutierrez can cut a ball off, but this one goes all the way to the wall.
20th double of the season for Shin Soo Choo, former Mariner. 2 for 4 today. Brings up Ryan Garco. Garco 1 for 2, hit by a pitch, run scored. Called strike. Garco 3-run homer Friday night against Batista. Line drive over the hand-operated scoreboard. Popped it up this time. Ichiro. Sunglasses on, makes a side saddle catch, 1 out. Gonna bring up Johnny Peralta. And all he did last time up in the 5th inning, 1-1 pitch, grand slam. Headed into the Cleveland bullpen. Mariners runs coming in the 1st inning. Franklin Gutierrez 2-run single. Since then, Cliff Lee's retired. 13 consecutive hitters.
Well, Hall of Fame inductions today. We were talking about Ricky Henderson earlier.
He was great today.
He was terrific. He was terrific. What do you think about Jim Rice, though?
Liked him. Liked him a lot. Liked what he had to say. Right back to Batista. Runner will retreat to second. Batista throws out Johnny Peralta. I always had a lot of respect for Jim Rice playing in Boston back during those some of those days. Maybe not one of the more racially congenial cities in North America. And he is a black player, but it worked really well. He's a terrific player back there in those days.
Deserving to go in, do you think?
Absolutely. I'm a big Jim Rice fan. Yeah, I think he deserves. Because I can remember, being in New York at the time, and the Yankees and the Red Sox, obviously that rivalry. He and Freddie Lynn and all those guys. You had to make sure that Rice, try not to let Rice beat you. More often than not, he found a way. Tremendous power to right center field. Great save and a beauty by Kenji Jojima. Got it in a webbing.
Well, that pitch, he was set up outside, and that pitch was way inside. Well, I agree with you. He was an all-star 8 times, I think, an MVP award. Led the league in home runs a number of times, RBIs a few times.
And you can appreciate this. I know from interviewing guys like Goose Gossage and Roy White over the years, guys that played against him. It was the Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from the peer group, I know it's the baseball writers who vote on it. But when you start hearing guys, arch rivals in the peer group, that doesn't do it for you. Here's a fly ball left field, sending Saunders back in. Hefner's left the yard. Travis Hafner, Oppo, opposite field, 2-run homer. His 11th home run, and the Tribe in double digits, 10-2.
We'll take a look at the swing by Hafner. It's the long ways to the opposite field. That's now 10 home runs for the Indians in this series.
Well, they have just played home run derby against the Mariners here at Safeco Field. And that's another one. We saw Hafner muscle one out. Here's another one. That is really crushed. Ben Francisco on an 0-1 pitch. Oh, my goodness. Boy, they are just cranking them out today. This is what the Tribe thought they had when they started the season. Boy, they have gotten well in a hurry here. Wow. And Batista getting battered again.
The Tribe coming into the game 4th in the league in runs scored. Scoring runs haven't been the problem. It's their pitching where they've really struggled this year.
ERA dead last,
yeah,
but they're 4th in runs scored.
Right.
Middle of the pack in hitting. Man. You've been in dugouts where you're like, give me that bat. You're running up to the plate. Get out of my way. I'm going to run you over. I want to swing the bat.
Again, that's strange, you know, because they certainly weren't saying that when the guys were in Cleveland.
You got that.
Just turned around here in this series.
Man, just a week ago, the Mariners shut down by Cliff Lee in the first game, then win the next 3. Go to Detroit, take 2 out of 3. Boy, just the complete opposite here. Sixth hitter in the inning. Swing and a miss. Down goes Carroll. More damages, a lot of boos. They put up 3 more on the board. Home run by Hafner, 2-run shot. Francisco a solo. The Tribe with an 11-2. Catering options. Book your suite right now for the Yankees series in August. You better get on that. 206-346-4001 or visit mariners.com/suites to learn more about the private suites at Safeco Field. Let's play. You never know. Mariners are down 11-2. They come back. Still time. The Tribe has put 10 runs up in the last 3 at-bats. They've outscored the Mariners 30-5, 2 games plus. 30-5. Ichiro, Branyan, and Lopez here in the home 6th. Popped it up. And the thing that's so tough about this for the Mariners, I mean, they hang their hat on the pitching. Not a big hitting team, but as Junior always says, timely hitting. But when you get mashed a few times out like that, I mean, it just really got to hang tough because it can't take the wind out of the sails in a big way.
And you have another starter again, Bedard, going on the DL. Somebody that they were hoping was finally healthy and was going to be able to help them out. So that's not going to happen for a while.
We were off yesterday, no TV. Certainly it's disturbing to see 3 innings, 81 pitches. A lot of 2-strike opportunities, could punch people out. Grady Sizemore coming on. We'll watch this one drop in front of him. Base hit for Ichiro. Ichiro, after grounding out twice to Garco, is aboard. Good start to the 6th inning. Russell Branyan's going to be the hitter. Let's check out our U.S. Marine Corps leaders of the game, and we focus on Mr. Branyan. 24 home runs, tied for 2nd in the American League. 8th in slugging. A wonderful campaign for Russell Branyan. He's tied with Aaron Hill, Justin Morneau for 2nd place. Mark Teixeira and Carlos Pena lead the American League with 25 home runs. Branyan so far today has flied out twice to left. Called strike, 1-1.
And Lee's in great shape with his pitch count. There's 61 pitches so far in the game.
Got a piece of that. Branyan with 24 home runs. Last time he got this many home runs, he had 25 for Buffalo, minor league ball, back in 2004. This is big league high. 24 home runs. 2-2. Nice to see those fans out at the ballpark. Glad to see they have their sun protection, Mariners gear on. 2-2 to Branyan with Ichiro at first. In tight, how low. Branyan, as a youngster, 3rd-year pro ball, hit 40 home runs in Columbus in 1996. Hit 30 at Buffalo in 1999. Far and away his best year, getting to play every day. Game number 89 for Big Russ. Backhanded by the second baseman Carroll. Hit it right into the shift. 1 out. Ichiro was able to take second on that play. Firestone leaderboard, American League batting leaders. Joe Mauer, top of the American League. Ichiro, they've been trading places back and forth the last couple of days. Jason Bartlett at 341. Jose Lopez is the hitter. Tribe leads it 11-2. They've got 11 runs on 14 hits. Mariners 2 runs on 4 hits. And Ichiro's base hit ended a stretch of 13 consecutive hitters retired by Cliff Lee. Lopez 1 for 2. Run scored back in the first inning after he singled. Came around on the Gutierrez 2-run single. Flied out to center in the third. Cliff Lee's got it working again. He's coming off of 2 consecutive complete game victories.
I was just thinking the same thing. You watch him out there. He's able to throw his breaking ball when he wants to. Pretty good changeup today. Throwing his fastball to both sides of the plate. That's tough. As a hitter, you like to be able to eliminate something, either a side of the plate or a pitch. With him right now, you can't do that. It's making their jobs really tough.
Cliff's got 3 of the 4 Cleveland complete games on the season. The other one, Carl Pavano. Look out. Oh, nice catch. Nice catch. Attaboy. I got chills listening to that story from 1982. Jim Rice, Fenway Park, foul ball, a screamer went first base side at Fenway, knocked the kid out. Right, remember you saw the picture of Rice going in and picking the kid up, taking him down to the trainer's room. And big sports feature on that story back in 1982. That kid's now 31 years old, doesn't remember it. But yeah, Jim Rice is his all-time favorite ball player.
I've never read that.
Yeah,
so did he? So after he hit
he was in the on-deck circle. And
he didn't hit the ball.
No, he didn't hit the ball. He was on deck, and somebody fouled one off right side. You know how Fenway is. Just smoked this kid. Yeah, the sound was sick. Here's a drive to right field. Chu is there for second out. So Rice, and even the guy's father, the kid's father, everybody froze. There's blood and everything all over. He goes in, picks the kid up, takes him downstairs. Luckily, the team doctor was on the other side, the near side of the dugout. They go down into the clubhouse, attend to the kid, get EMS, and the kid survived, thank God. But it was Rice's quick decision like that, going to the stands like 3-4 rows deep, and he went in and got the kid. It's a great story.
Terrific story.
Mike Sweeney doubled back in the first, lined out hard to the third baseman, Johnny Peralta. There's how Cliff Lee is getting his job done today. Coming off 2 complete games. Beat Toronto 2-1. 7 hits. And we saw him Friday a week ago go the distance in a 4-1 win against the Mariners. Gave up 9 hits in that game. The other thing, how about that too? In the last 2 games, look at that, no walks. On the season, Cliff entered today's game with 33 walks and 145 innings. He's not walked anybody today. You're talking about the Hall of Fame. It's always a kick to watch George Grant introduce all the Hall of Famers.
Right.
My youth passing in front of me. Guys look great. Willie Mays at 78 looked great. The Hammer's about 75. Sandy Koufax, but Sandy Koufax looks like he's about 50. He's 73 years old. It's fantastic.
Did you hear the entire speech by Ricky?
Yes, I did.
What was the part where he's talking about Reggie Jackson? I couldn't hear that part. I could see it on TV. And
he said how, as growing up in Oakland, big A's fan, big Reggie fan, and he asked Reggie for multiple times for autographs, and finally one time Reggie relented and he gave Ricky a pen that had his autograph on it. And you can fill in your own balloon moment right there, if you will, after that particular, because I know I did. Reggie was trying to hide. The cameras found him. You fill in your own captions. Ricky wanted to play football. It's scary to think about him on a football field with that body, even now. Because how many years you played with him?
Just the 1 year in Oakland. Played against him a number of times. And I've always said that head first slide of his. A couple times I was at third when he's coming to steal in third, and he would just take your legs out from under you, and it was worse than a guy coming in with their spikes.
Down goes Sweeney on a nifty pitch by Cliff Lee, his 4th strikeout. Mariners get a runner on, get him to second. That's it, 11-2 Cleveland. Cleveland has swung the bat with vengeance this afternoon. Double-digit score. Second time in as many days. They went 9-0 Friday here at Safeco. 10-3 yesterday, now 11-2. Second inning of work for Miguel Batista. Tried to turn him into a human punching bag in the 6th. 3 runs on 3 hits, couple of 2-run homer and a solo home run.
Oh,
look out, look out.
Luckily it hit a seat that nobody was sitting in.
Is that a Tribe fan? My goodness gracious. Boy, I'm glad everybody was heads up. Thank goodness.
They were paying attention.
Yeah. Cleveland fan didn't get it. Kelly Shopik has to dip into his reserves. 9-1-2 here in the 7th inning. Shopik to be followed by Sizemore and Cabrera. Speaking about Ricky Henderson, was he the most physically fit guy? I mean, you played against a lot of guys who were pretty yoked. But I mean, was he the most physically fit guy you played against?
I would have to say yes. And he worked hard at it. I played with him late in his career. He would come in and work out before he'd even come out to stretch, and he would do it every day.
Man. Down low, 3-2. I don't know, except for the hammy. I remember some of his time in New York. Oh, my hammies or so-and-so's pitching, the hammy would flare up, but really never significantly got hurt, particularly with that head first slide, right?
Well, and then he would talk about that back when he was stealing 100+.
Straight 3 on shopping.
He would talk about it, just the toll that took on his body, though. And even, like I said, I think he was, I don't know, around 36, 37 years old.
Right.
He could still steal bases. He said he had to pick his spots, though. He couldn't steal just with reckless abandon.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he started talking about money bags and stealing them late in the game when you really need them, you know, and they count that kind of thing. He was a terrific teammate. A lot of fun.
I loved hearing all the testimonials from first baseman and second baseman, and they talk about Ricky would have these conversations with him. Some of you thought he was talking to you, and he's talking about, come on, Ricky, got to get going here. Ricky got to steal that bag. And sure enough, here he goes.
He'd take off. He was always amazing to me how he would get his lead out there, and he would get a big lead. And it didn't seem like, you know, it was almost something like the ball was on its way to first to try to pick him off before he'd even move back to the base. But he was so explosive that he could get back there. And then if he was out on second, forget about it. Now he's bouncing all over the place, and it was just a matter of which pitch he was going to take off on. Terrific, terrific player.
Remember how when he broke Brock's record, he said, "I am now the greatest of all time."
I was there.
Yeah, you were there. You were third base, strike three call. A Sizemore's calling.
I wasn't playing that day, but I was with the Yankees when he broke it. I believe Randy Velarde was playing third that day.
Yeah, that's right. I remember that video.
Yeah. And
today he was very humble. You know, he said, he banged out on his speech. So I meant, "I am humble today."
Yeah.
Because as he was going to it, I was next door in radio. I said, "Don't go there, please."
He was setting it up, wasn't he?
Right. I said, "Please don't go there."
Yeah, it was great.
Batista has struck out 2 here in the 7th. In fact, he struck out the last 3 hitters he's faced. Ricky changed the game, and there's nobody out here that right now that's even close to being that kind of guy who, you know, he gets on base and can, might as well be a double or triple. You know, in terms of, if you get a base hitter, you walk. There's nobody with that kind of panache is out here stealing bases the way he did. Well stroked in the right field, base hit for Cabrera. It's his second of the day, 3rd time he's been on base. I was lucky enough as a kid, you know, we saw Maury Wills a few weeks ago when we were in L.A. Once he really became established as Dodger shortstop, early 60s, I mean, he was going every time. And then once he retired, and Lou Brock was developing as a major, you know, base stealer. And then Ricky pretty much right after Lou Brock retired.
Just trying to think. Through the time I was playing, guys that put that kind of pressure on you. Kenny Lofton comes to mind. He had a stretch of about 4 years there where he was running all the time.
As you can't find it, it's behind him. Cabrera takes second on a wild pitch. This is going to have to be careful with Chu. Last 2 times up, RBI single and a double to the right center field gap. He's 2 for 4. 15 hits for the Tribe. That's right. Your first year in the bigs was what?
89, late 89. I came up, was traded to the Yankees and went to the big leagues.
Lofton.
I remember Otis Nixon.
With the Braves, when the Braves started going
in Montreal.
Yeah. So Batista strikes out the first 2, then gives up a base hit, a wild pitch, and a walk. 7th inning action here at Safeco. Mariners All Access is the only show that's going to bring you up close and personal to your favorite Mariners on and off the field. So tune in every week for exclusive interviews, player profiles, and insider coverage you won't find anywhere else. Catch the latest episode tonight at 10 right here in FSN. Ryan Garko, 1 for 3, was hit by a pitch. He scored a run. Strike 1.
Probably the closest thing in the game today would be Crawford, right? Carl Crawford.
Oh, yeah. What was it, that first trip to Boston? They went in the series, he got like 6 or 7.
Something like that. Ellsbury has, I think, 43 from Boston.
Yeah, he's an exciting one.
Yeah.
Crawford 47. Ellsbury's got 43. Sean White's starting to throw. B.J. Upton's got 32. Figgins outside as Garco's able to check it. Bobby Abreu, how about that? He's got 20 at his stage of his career, 35, 36 years old. Still getting it done. Lopez will back up, fight the sun, and that'll do it. So Bautista strikes out the first two, wobbles a little bit, keeps the drive off the board. 11-2 Cleveland. Of the last 18 that he's faced. Ichiro, leadoff single in the 6th. Young man from Arkansas has struck out 4. He hasn't walked anybody. And he's given up just 4 hits. They'll have Franklin Gutierrez, Jojima, and Hanahan coming up here in the 7th inning. Lee's on a roll, to be sure, with the trading deadline coming up. Think anybody will blow the socks off the Indians to get him?
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you be interested in him? He's pitching great right now. He just showed the numbers last inning. Terrific. I don't know if I'll blow the socks off of him, but yeah, why not? I think you have to look at it. It's just a matter of what Cleveland wants. And of course, they're going to want a lot. I don't blame them for that. But.
Yeah. Curveball, fastball, same spot. 0-2 to Gutierrez. Franklin drove in the 2 runs for the Mariners. 2 outs, 2-run single in the 1st. Since then, he's flied out to right. Popped up, coming in, Chu. Just the glasses, makes the catch. Tough go for the Mariner pitching staff today. Good news, Felix Hernandez goes tomorrow. Jared Washburn on Tuesday, and Wednesday Ryan Roland Smith. Here's Kenji Jojima. 0 for 2. Ground out and a line out to left. Jason Vargas started for the Mariners. Did not have a good outing. 4 innings pitched, 6 runs, all earned, 7 hits, a walk, 2 strikeouts, a home run. He hit 2 batters. Kelly did not have a good outing. 1 inning, 2 runs, both earned, 4 hits, a walk, and a strikeout. Bautista, he's not had a great outing. He got knocked around. That's a fair ball down into the corner. And Kenji Jojima slams on the brakes. Shin-Soo Choo gets the ball back in quickly.
I think Kenji get a couple of hits going the other way. Typically he likes to pull the ball, but he sits right down the line. See that pitch up out over the plate. Wasn't sure. Shin-Soo Choo with the long, you're talking about his hitting. He has a terrific throwing arm. You don't want to test him, especially when you're down 11-2. So Kenji does the right thing and holds up.
Choo, one of the leading assist men in the American League. That kid, he's an all-around good player. Here's Jack Hanahan. Fifth hit by the Mariners, rung up by Kenji Jojima. Shin-Soo Choo with 8 assists, 3rd in the American League behind Nick Markakis and Jason Bay. Markakis with 11, 9 for Bay.
We were talking about the pitching. It's nice again to have Felix rolling around going tomorrow, and then Jared Washburn backing him up. I thought Ryan Roland Smith, who pitched the 3rd game against the Blue Jays, pitched well in his first outing back.
1 inning got him, and it was the 6th.
Yeah, but overall, I was encouraged by what I saw from Ryan.
Well struck by Hanahan, center field, but Grady Sizemore's right there. Two outs with a runner on. Smoother, quieter, greener way to travel. Ride Sound Transit's Link Light Rail from Tukwila to Seattle. 10 stops along the way. Well worth it. It's been a long way, indeed, since Gabby Hayes and Roy Rogers came out on the stage. Of course, it was the 1939 John Ford Classic with John Wayne called Stagecoach. Saunders in an 0-2 hole. Time's called. Good day for Mariner logo on the cheek. Why not? Beautiful. Her mother's delighted to know that a little bit of soap will get that off. Center field, Sizemore. Wow! In and out of his glove. He made a diving attempt and it couldn't hold on. 1st and 3rd. That'd be a base hit. First major league hit for Michael Saunders. Garco gives it to Lee Tinsley. Attaboy, Michael Saunders.
Nice swing, solid line drive into center field. Sizemore almost robbed. A terrific effort by Grady Sizemore. And a nice swing, stays in there nicely on the breaking ball from Cliff Lee. See the diving effort. Has it for a second, then pops out when he hits the ground. Congratulations to that young man. getting his first base hit.
He's getting it done down in Tacoma, hitting .310. Cedeno today, 0 for 2. Two-0. Not a bad seat in the house anywhere here at Safeco Field. Fastball, got a slider, 2-1. Two runs on 6 hits for the Mariners. 11-15-0 for the Tribe. Get Chris Perez starting to warm up. Big right-handed. Left lead deep into yet another ball game. Coming off 2 complete games. The game before that at Detroit, he went 7. Got a full count to Cedeno. Ichiro's on deck. Three-two pitch. Pitch number 99 coming up for Cliff Lee. Saunders takes off. Line drive right field. Chew right there. Inning over. Couple of hits. Mariners, though, kept off the board again by Cliff Lee. 7 in the books. It's 11-2 Cleveland.
Is the front plane of the plate. Our system is accurate to within 1 inch. We then take this data and convert it to our EQC tracer graphic.
Beautiful day here at Safeco Field. Folks enjoying themselves in the sun. It's fun, but the scoreboard doesn't reflect the sun on 11-2, so folks are getting more social. 11 runs on 15 hits for the Tribe. They have scored 30 runs against the Mariners, 5 in the 2+ games here, and their only trip to Seattle. Luis Valbuena is in the ball game. He is pinch hitting for Johnny Peralta, leading off the 8th inning. Valbuena, cup of coffee with the Mariners last year. Down the line, foul. Luis hitting .220. There he goes. Got all bases covered. Baseball fan and a soccer fan. Up high to Valbuena. Sean White is the 4th pitcher for the Mariners. Breaking ball hit foul. Handled by Luis Rivera, the first base coach.
He's the 2 innings pitch, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts.
Oh boy, you got the hand sanitizers, you got bottles of water. We had a delivery system. The right thing to do would be to send some out right now. And the sugar highs, let's see,
there they go.
320. There we go. That'll go. Hey, see, there's a prepared mom. That's what I'm talking about. Fly ball, long run for Gutierrez. Valbuena, who knew he had that kind of power? Luis taking a look. He's going to dig for 3. Throw from Cedeno. There is no throw. A triple to lead off the 8th. Pinch hit triple by Luis Valbuena. That's his first 3-bagger this season.
As we mentioned, Franklin typically can run down everything, but this from the left-hand hitting Valbuena just kept slicing away from him. Playing over in right center, had to run a long ways and just couldn't quite make up the last 3 feet as it hits the ground.
First triple of his career. Brings up Travis Hafner. Last time he was up, got ahead on a 2-0 pitch from Batista and hit it into the left field bullpen. 11th home run. Hafner 2 for 4 today. Well stroked center field. Gutierrez makes the catch. Valbuena tags and scores. 12-2 Cleveland. RBI for Hafner's 3rd of the day. His 28th of the season. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by Washington Lottery's Match 4. Is there any good news? 10-1 Minnesota. Don't talk to me till that final out comes up, though. Minnesota with a 2-0 lead yesterday, and the Angels put a 9-spot on them in the 4th inning, 13 men to the plate.
Ben Francisco, he's having a day.
Oh.
It's a triple for the cycle.
He, like many of the tribe, had a very good series. Looper. Going back Lopez, he makes the catch, 2 down. Down. 8th inning. Don't miss the season premiere of Seahawks All Access tomorrow night on FSN. Training camp just around the corner. We're going to meet the new faces donning the blue and green this year. Plus, Hawks GM Tim Ruskell shares his expectations entering the 2009 NFL campaign. Seahawks All Access tomorrow at 10:30 p.m. on FSN. Tell you what, I wish a lot of success to the Seahawks and good health. My goodness, the offensive line that they started with was not around to finish last season. be some interesting battles with the NFC champion Arizona Cardinals, proving 49ers. NFC is going to be very competitive again overall. Jamie Carroll dismissed here in the 8th. And there's a Tupu fan with his Mariners cap, his baseball. The unique collectible of Mariners great Ken Griffey Jr., courtesy of FSN. For tickets, visit mariners.com. There's a look at the Ken Griffey Jr. bobblehead. Lindsay doing a great job as usual. Back from Rally Fly duty. New pitcher is left-hander Mike Gosling. And defensively, a couple of moves by Eric Wedd, Valbuena, who got the leadoff triple. Look at the numbers for Gosling. Valbuena got the leadoff triple in the 8th inning and scored on the sac fly. He stays in at second base. Jamie Carroll moves over to third. Peralta was the man who was pinch hit for. Ichiro Brennan Lopez, top of the order here in the 8th. Tough series for the Mariners. Been outscored 31-5 in these 3 games. Mike Gosling, recalled back on June 2nd, had been of AAA Rochester, Minnesota.
He has a pretty good fastball too. Left-hander coming out of the pen, 91, 92 miles an hour.
Ichiro fans looking for a base hit. Maybe start big rally. That's going to be tough. Barehand Valbuena safe. Base hit for Ichiro.
Great play by Valbuena. Does everything he possibly can. You can see Ichiro just barely beats it out. But a terrific effort by Valbuena.
Got all the Ichiro t-shirts out today. Salute the Kids Day here at the ballpark at Safeco Field. Russell Brennan will be the hitter, who's 0 for 3. Cliff Lee had an outstanding performance this afternoon, going 7. 2 runs, both earned, 6 hits, no walks, and 4 Ks. And for Lee, 99 pitches, 68 strikes, leaves the ball game with a 12-2 lead. 1-2. Big attack by Brennan.
He had a slow breaking ball that was up in the zone. He just missed it. Good pitch for Russell to hit.
Strike 3 call. 1 down here in the Mariners 8 tomorrow night. Comcast pitching matchup: Ricky Romero, Felix Hernandez. Felix over his last 10 and almost unhittable. Blue Jays first and only visit. Lopez today 1 for 3. Scored first. Cabrera, Valbuena, Gartco, twin killing, inning over. In that kind of an afternoon, tried by 10. Days here in Seattle. 9-0 Friday night, 10-3 yesterday afternoon, 12-2 right now. Mark Lowe is the pitcher. Game number 45 for Mark. Swing and a miss by Kelly Shopik. Mark Lowe had trouble in his 8th inning outing at Detroit on Thursday. Shot foul. Remember, he came in, he threw 7 straight balls before registering a strike. He struck out 2 hitters, and gave up a triple to Granderson. He had problems with those 7 balls because he said the landing spot was really fouled up, and he said, I got to make that adjustment quick. But he said that really threw him off. Because I thought it was, first thing I asked him about was that your problem, was that a problem with his shoulder flying over? He said it was the landing spot was affecting everything. Then he finally adjusted, and he said, and then Granderson hit a heck of a pitch and tripled off it.
If you're not comfortable with where your feet are going, everything else is going to be out of whack, so it certainly makes sense.
Yeah, it's been pretty doggone good for the most part.
For the most part, he's been dominant. And that pitch right there is terrific. His slider now has really changed everything for him. We know he can throw 96, 97 miles an hour. You got to mix in that slider a little bit more. Pretty tough.
13 holds, allowed only 3 earned runs over his last 23 appearances, an ERA of 1.16. Sizemore's on deck. Well, we had the problem on Wednesday. Boy, he talked about turn out the lights. 8th inning, he went pop up, strikeout. Hot night through butter Wednesday night, but here, leadoff walk. Take a look at our Mercedes-Benz E-Class Attention assist of the game, and we give the assist to Grady Sizemore because the leadoff home run got Cliff Lee on his way. Second leadoff homer here in 09, 20th in his career. Got it off of Jason Vargas. Started the ball game, brought up with Eric Bedard, put on the DL for shoulder problems for Bedard. Pretty good day here for Sizemore. That leadoff home run we showed you, a walk and a run scored in the 5th, RBI single, second time up in the 5th inning. And he struck out looking in the 7th. Tribe sent 11 men to the plate in the 5th inning. Scored 6 runs on 5 hits. That's 6. Proved to be very, very unlucky for the Mariners. Did he muscle it enough? No Saunders right there. Michael Saunders picking up his first big league hit.
Good looking athlete, isn't he?
Yes, sir.
6'4". Looks like he runs well.
Certainly hit his way up to this club. Boy, you look at those numbers.
Yeah.
Back in Tacoma. Very impressive. 310, 15 doubles, 13 homers, 32 runs batted in 64 games. Here's Cabrera. From here, Cleveland will continue its road trip. 3 games in L.A. They're 4-1 on this road trip right now. This will be their first look at the Angels as you look at Tomo Oka getting some work in. Following a strike to Cabrera. Pulled down to Brennan. Cedeno, and he said he did not get there, missed the bag.
No, I think he was on it. I think he stepped off of it too quickly.
Okay.
It looked like he was on the base. He was coming across to make the throw. And a lot of times, and I have these arguments with my friends all the time, in the area, you can see him right on the base, and then he steps off of it and doesn't have control of the ball, calls him safe.
E3 on the throw.
No, he did miss it. You're right, Dave. His foot was wide of the base.
Yeah, there it is. The back foot missed. Yeah. 9th error this year for Brandon. 1 out. Shin-Soo Choo will be the hitter. Chu this afternoon with a strikeout, ground out to second, RBI single, double to right center field and a walk. Made an error earlier. He is second in RBIs on this ball club. Victor Martinez leads with 64, but Chu is second. Young man's having a nice year. 57 runs batted in. Remember last year I think we had a game, maybe it was earlier this year, Sunday game, and the Birds started coming in their clock. Guess what? They're here. Birds want us to leave.
Heard that it was Kids Day at the ballpark, expecting a lot of popcorn left.
They got the memo. Here they come. Swing and a miss by Chu. There's a great documentary on Ted Williams, and they talked about the pigeon problem up in Fenway Park this years ago, obviously. Ted, maybe now is just one of the greatest hunting advocates ever in this country. So one day before morning of a ball game, shotgun out in right field, boom, boom, picking them off left and right. Talked about it was about a good 2-minute part of the documentary. Yeah, come on, it's good sport there. Of course, they banned that right immediately thereafter, but they said it. Ted had a heck of a day. 3-2 to Chu. Saunders right at him.
Might be a better idea for Ted to leave the shotgun at home. Just saying.
Two outs for Ryan Garco. Hang it till the bitter end. 2 outs, top of the ninth. Couple of men on. Pitch is really made low. Super effective this year. Let's get some good sun protection. Maxing out with a logo.
Don't see too many of the umbrella hats anymore.
The Brock umbrellas, ones that Lou Brock used to sell those.
Really?
Yeah, wear them on top of your head. Yeah. Hey, there's. Act now, 1-800-UMBRELLA. Bouncing ball to Cedeno. Get a Lopez short way. Here we go. Bottom 9. Big hill to get up to and over. They're going to win this one. 12-2 Cleveland. Sweeney, Gutierrez, and Jojima coming up. We're in the bottom of the ninth inning here at Safeco Field. Kids are going to get a chance to run the bases. It is, after all, Salute the Kids Day, so they're sticking around to get down on the field where their heroes work 81 times a year. So I know they're psyched about that. And nothing like a little YMCA to get everybody fired up. Ninth inning here at Safeco Field. Mike Sweeney, Franklin Gutierrez, and Kenji Jojima, 12-2. Cleveland. Tribe won Friday night 9-0, 10-3 yesterday afternoon. They got a big 6 spot in the 5th inning. 11 men coming to the plate. Mike Gosling in his 2nd inning of work. Leadoff hitter's Mike Sweeney. Sweeney with the 1st inning double. Lined out to 3rd and struck out. Mariners hit a 2-1 lead after the 1st inning. Different story since. Oh, 12 runs on 16 hits for Cleveland. And they've left 10 men on. Oh. 3-1 to Mike Sweeney. 4th game in a stretch of 6. Mariners go against left-handed starting pitching. Long time ago, Jason Vargas started 4 innings. Sweeney draws a walk. Kerry Wood, closer for the Tribe, is up. Kerry looks like he has totally remade his body. Got to be, what, 20 pounds lighter since we saw him?
Sure seems like it. When we saw him in Cleveland, I didn't even recognize him. You just take a look at him.
A 2-3 record, a 5.08 ERA, 37 games, 13 saves.
Hopefully that new conditioning program will keep him healthy.
Ball 1 to Gutierrez as Gosling can't find it right now. Back in the 8th. Gave up an infield hit to Ichiro, struck out Brandon Looking, got out of it with a double play. One and one. How about this? Since Friday? Boy, cover your eyes. 11 home runs. Whew. Oh, 2 strikes to Gutierrez. 7 and the only runs for the Mariners today. 1-2 pitch, 2 outs, 2 on in the 1st inning. Comes the 1-2. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. 1 out here in the 9th inning. Gosling, his 2nd strikeout. Couldn't ask for a better setting today. Fabulous ballpark. Wonderful weather weekend here in Seattle. Lots to enjoy around this great metropolis here in the Pacific Northwest. Kenji Jojima had a single to right his last time up. You can't win them all, huh? But guess what? I'm running the bases today, and I'm going to slide in and home. That's what I'm going to do. And you better have the camera ready. Biggest lesson is you're not going to win them all in baseball.
That's right.
Kenji is gone in 3 pitches. 2 outs, 3rd strikeout for Gosling. Last hope here for the Mariners to keep this thing alive is Jack Hanahan. Jack has bounced out the first, flied out to center, and lined out to center. Well, how good was Cliff Lee? At one point, he retired 13 consecutive hitters and 17 out of 18.
Yeah, he was terrific again, and Cy Young Award behind his name. And when you give him a lead like he had today, he certainly knows how to deal with that.
Cliff Lee's going to run his record here at Safeco to 5-1. His overall record against the Mariners to 9-1. And on the season, 7-9. Mariners used 5 pitchers today. Didn't get the length that they wanted to out of Vargas. 4 innings for him. Kelly got knocked around. Batista got touched up. Two balls, 2 strikes.
Gosling, after walking Sweeney, looked like he'd lost it, gotten it right back. A couple of strikeouts in the inning.
Two and two. Hanahan, a pitch, breaking ball outside, full count. Toronto's in the next 3 nights. Blue Jays in 4th place in the AL East. Pitch. Hanahan down the left field line. Slicing foul into the stands, and a fan had it and let it go. Gosling comes set. Here comes a 3-2 to Hanahan. Line drive. That's a base hit. Sweeney will round second, take third. The runners at the corners, 2 outs here in the 9th inning. Hanahan with his first hit of the day.
Well, even though you're down some runs, it's nice to check in with a base hit. Save that over and see Hanahan swing. Nice pitch inside corner. Does a nice job of handling and hitting a line drive into right.
Michael Saunders, he'll be the hitter here with 2 outs, 2 on. His first big league hit. Sinking line drive to center, in and out of the glove of Sizemore. Rip. One from Gosling, breaking ball outside. Texas beat Kansas City 7-2. Minnesota beat the Angels 10-1. We get a little bit of decent news out of the day baseball wise. Toronto will come in here in good spirits after taking out Tampa Bay 5-1. That's what I want. I want it now. Two and two. Yeah. Lemonade. You get ahead on that youngster. Check from the sun. 2-2 to Saunders. Goes the other way, base hit. Picks up his first RBI. How about that for the kid? 12-3. Michael Saunders. Last 2 ups. He's got a base hit, and an RBI. Good for him.
Nice piece of hitting. Takes the left-hander into the hole over on the left side of the infield. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Good looking swing. Nice short swing.
All right, that's good for the young man. He'll remember that for a long time. First major league RBI. 2 for 4 for Saunders. He struck out swinging, looking, and then got a base hit to center, base hit to left. Two outs for Cedeno. Strike 1. Hanahan at second, Saunders at first. Gosling back to where he was in that first batter he had today, this 9th inning. Sweeney. They dominated against Gutierrez and Jojo. Ball at 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. 12-3 Indians. Gosling set. Here comes the 1-2 to Cedeno to left field. No problem. Francisco makes the catch. That's your ball game. Indians win it 12-3. Sweep the series. They outscore the Mariners 31-6. And Mike, when